All right. I want to say shalom to y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Um, and what we're going to be talking about today is, as you can tell by the title of the show, um, combating viral infections naturally. And uh, in this season of the plague, it is it is hot. It's a timely message. I know a lot of. Hold on one sec. Hold on. It is. There we go. So yeah, this is a key time to be doing this, to be combating it. So I'm gonna chit chat here for a second, for a little while, and then we're gonna get things going. Uh, I'm gonna let people come in. I see people slowly trickling in there. Um, I'm gonna just really break some stuff down, make it nice and simple. Um, and also let me grab something real quick. Just bear with me here. Uh, Here we go. Okay. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna really get in on what you can do to combat viral infections. You know which one I mean. And natural things you can do. Um, you know, Natural things you could do to combat what's going on out here. To stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I want to say shalom to y'all. Good to see y'all in there. Uh, Tone said, "Shalom, Big Mike. How are you maintaining in this busy season?" Whew, man, I ain't gonna pray for a busy season again. That's how. That's where I'm at. Not it in, man. Um, it's something I didn't see coming. I'm transitioning, kind of almost forced into doing a lot of paperwork, which I don't like paperwork like that. But I end up having to doing a lot of paperwork and a lot of research on products, like for our customers, for our clients. Um, I've almost turned into like the engineering firm here where I got to design the systems, when we get some of these jobs. So I've been busy with stuff like that and, maintaining a community or living communally assembly down here, Straightway, Florida. So doing that. And then also we've been really getting things up and going um, with these herbs. Getting Koi is really she's really working hard with the herb thing, and being a sister down here in the assembly, she has a lot on her plate. So we've been busy, but being busy and staying engaged with the Most High Yah, you will stay out of trouble in the dead season. You won't get deaded in the dead season. So Shabbat Shalom, Brother Bernard. Good to see you. It will be Shabbat soon, and I am looking forward to that. But anyway, we're going to get this thing going. And what we're talking about is naturally combating um, viral infections. And basically, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to make all this stuff very basic. I'm going to make it very understandable for everybody, so that you can understand terminology. I'm not going to get all complicated. I'm just boil it down to essential so you can understand some things. The other thing is, if you have any questions, start putting them in there now, about herbs, health, wellness, all that stuff. Go ahead and put it in there. So, combating viruses. So, first of all, what is a virus? How they work? Basically, it is, they don't categorize it as like a living thing. They categorize viruses as like a protein that it will connect to a cell, and it will inject its mRNA into the cell, and it will cause it basically takes over the cell and causes the cell to reproduce itself. Basically, that's what a virus is in a nutshell. And particularly this one that we're talking about, the plague virus, we're gonna call it. But that's what they do. And what they target the weaker cells. So whatever part of your body might be genetically weak is going to be more susceptible to it. But anyway, combating it is pretty straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Like that verse I post from time to time, the Most High has made medicine out of the earth. And it says, he who is wise will not abhor them. And so if you have wisdom, you will use what the Most High put here to combat these types of things. Okay? So, yeah, so that's what a virus is. It's basically a foreign protein in your body, that is basically reproducing itself and taking over cells and everything like that. And it's up to your immune system to combat it. All the remedies that are out there, anytime you hear them talking about, getting these shots and they done come up with, and all this stuff that they come up with, they all are geared around doing the same thing, boosting the immune system. Okay, so that right there should already be like, huh. So at the end of the they're not really doing anything. At the end of the day, the immune system has to fight it off. One of the dangerous things about the way their solution, what they have, the way they use it to combat viruses is the way it triggers the immune system. It's literally like using a shotgun to kill a fly. Okay, if there's a fly flying around in my room, I just take a fly swatter, hit it against the wall. Now I can wipe the wall off. We good. With them, if there's a fly flying around the room, they take out a shotgun. Boom! It kills the fly, but your walls all screwed up. You might kill somebody over there in the next room. Blase blah. That's why you have a lot of side effects, we say, with their solution. Whereas the Yah-made solution, herbs, is like the fly swatter. Boom, no damage. Worst case scenario, you just gotta wipe the wall off a little bit, but there's no damage. Okay, no collateral damage. What they do is they trigger a part of the your immune system. They trigger cells and immune response in your immune system not only takes out those cells that are infected with the virus, but it also will cause inflammation, take out other stuff. So, you know, that's a reason why you got to be careful, man, with their solution. You know what I'm saying? We've seen how this beast system, this Greco-Roman beast system, we see how they fix stuff, and it's like they're always using a jackhammer to install a thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? So, in a nutshell, that's the way this stuff works. Okay. I'm gonna go into how the herbs work. This is our antiviral defense tincture. I'm gonna go into how the herbs that are in here work, where and how simply you can make it yourself. You can buy it from us or whatever. But I'm gonna go into that in a little while. But at the end of the day, your lymphatic system, what they call all right, I'm back. Sorry about that, y'all. And if this goes out again, just bear with me. I'll get it back up and going for sure. All right. So let me see. So I am back. All right. But anyway, um, so what they call what they call your immune system is really your lymphatic system, parts of your lymphatic. All right, there we go. I'm back up. Sorry about that. All right. So basically, what they call your immune system, um, uh, let me see. All right. Are you stuck? Oh, man. Okay. So yeah. So basically, what they call your immune system is your lymphatic system, and in a nutshell, That's what your lymphatic system is responsible for getting any type of foreign substance out of your body that's in your cellular spaces. So anything outside of what you eat, so when you eat something and you digest it and you eliminate the waste out of your body, um, that's your body's digestive system. Anything outside of that, your lymphatic system is responsible for eliminating. Um, and what happens with people who get this virus and they get it real bad and it puts them in a hospital, what you find with these types of people that get sick like that, that is that their lymphatic system is backed up. Okay, their lymphatic system, uh, is backed up, and what happens, you contract the virus, your body begins fighting it, and when when it begins trying to uh, um, contain the disease or the virus and and put it in the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system's backed up, so it just festers and it grows. So once you get your lymphatic system up and moving, and your lymphatic system is flowing good, it can eliminate the virus out of there. Uh, it can destroy it and eliminate it out of the body. But if your lymphatic system is backed up due to diet and unhealthy lifestyle, if your lymphatic system is backed up, you're going to contract something like this and you're going to be out of it. Now, this is why we, like I tell people, if they feel like they're coming down with something, go on an all grape or all fruit diet, eat nothing but fruit, and take your herbs. And what herbs? We're going to get into that here in a sec. Okay. Somebody said a couple questions here. I'll get it. Well, I'll get to the questions here in a sec. So you take your herbs and they will get it going. Now, how do the herbs do that? Well, like for instance, and what you're going to find, any real remedy, any true remedy that's going to eliminate disease or viruses or whatever, that's going to be effective. This is how you will know what you're dealing with, whether it's going to work or not, whether it's just a lie or something like that. So, like for instance, this is our antiviral respiratory defense. Okay, if you want to get it, it is on householdherbs.com. Okay, you can order a bottle. We got a bunch. But even if you want to make it, this is what you need to be. These are the herbs you need to be looking for. This is what you're looking. You're looking at. You're looking for something that is going to work on the lymphatic system. That's either going to strengthen it or get it flowing and moving. That's the key. Once that's moving, then you can get the waste out. So a good analogy of how the lymphatic system works in the body, your picture a house, okay? And you have your hot and cold water that comes in, your fresh water that comes into the house. You use it in the shower, use it for the washing machine, you use it in the sink when you're washing dishes, whatever. You use this water or blood for everything. Okay, so it brings the oxygen. It serves all types of different purpose. That's the blood coming into the tissues and the organs and all that. It's like your water when it comes in the house. It goes to the shower, to the toilet, to the sink, to the washing machine. You know what I'm saying? To the dishwasher. Um, the lymphatic system would be your drain system. The toilet has a drain. The sink has a drain. The laundry machine has a drain. The dishwasher has a drain. So everything has a drain on it. Okay. Um, that would that is what your lymphatic system is the equivalent of. Um, when something bad comes in, say you take a wicked dump, hopefully your lymphatic system's working, or after a while that toilet's gonna back up, and eventually the toilet's gonna back up to the point where now flies are beginning to come in the house because the house stink. The house gonna start stinking. Uh, if the sewage system backs up in the laundry room, what's gonna happen? People are gonna start wearing dirty clothes. They're gonna start stinking, all that. If the sewage backs up in the dishwasher, once again, it's gonna back up all that, and eventually the house gonna be stinking. It's gonna be a mess. It's just gonna be it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be and it's gonna be unlivable. Same thing with your body. So when your lymphatic system is all backed up, it's the same type of situation. So now when some type of virus comes in, it can't eliminate it out quick because you're all backed up. And that's what happens with a lot of people. Okay. So yeah, so you it pay so the equivalent of like our antiviral respiratory, and I trust me, I know there's people out there who are I know there's herbalists probably watching. They like, ooh, like, but I'm making it basic, simple, basic for my audience. I understand it goes a lot deeper, but um, so with something like this, does the antiviral respiratory defense? What it does is it gets your lymphatic system moving. It stimulates your mucosa system, so your mucus system, because the mucus is what's secreted to encapsulate uh, viruses and foreign stuff, and grab it and stop it from moving around and doing and reproducing and everything like that, among other things. All right, and it carries it to the lymphatic system, or if it's in your throat, it'll carry it into your stomach. Um, like if you get a lot of mucus in your throat and you swallow it, go into your stomach, and that acid ain't nothing surviving that. It's just gonna burn it up. But ideally, I try to spit mucus out. Okay, so what do these herbs do? Okay, and like I said, y'all put the questions in there. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna read through them all. But what do the herbs do? Well, in this particular formula that I came up with, you have mullein, elecampane, cleavers, and Paul the Archon. So the mullein and elecampane stimulate your respiratory, your mucosa system in your respiratory system, upper and lower. The upper, I'm sorry, the way they stimulate your respiratory system is they cause you to begin secreting more mucus, and they also thin the mucus and cause you to begin bringing the mucus up. So you'll begin coughing the mucus up or blowing it out. And what that mucus is doing, this infection gets into the respiratory system. It will make your respiratory system more sensitive to foreign stuff there, and it'll sound alarm quicker and deploy, the mucus and the cells that fight off infection. Like I said, I'm making it real basic. So anyway, so what you'll find is a lot of times a lot of people will have that dry cough. Well, this will make it a productive cough. You'll bring up a lot more mucus and you'll get it out of your system quick. But a lot of times, um, if you're backed up lymphatically and everything like that, and you don't eat super healthy and everything, um, that the virus will infect your respiratory system. Then it will get through there and get into your system, into your body. So that is why the cleavers and the polyarco is there. The cleavers get your lymphatic system moving. It opens your renal system, which are your kidneys, and your urination system, which is the drain valve. So you can get it, so you can drain the lymphatic system. That's the main way you get stuff out of the lymphatic system. If you have a fever, it'll open the other valve. That's sweating. You will sweat it out. Okay, that's the other mode of um, excretion, you might say. And then, and the reason I'm talking slow is because I'm thinking about putting yarrow in there, because yarrow uh, causes you to sweat more. So it would actually be another way of getting the virus out quicker. Okay. Um, but so that's what the cleavers does. The Paul Diarco, it also gets the lymphatic system moving. But the main reason I put the Paul Diarco in this tincture is because it inhibits viral replication. It stops the it inhibits the virus from reproducing. So it slows the production of the virus. And there's one that's out now, reproduced pretty quick. So that's why that's in there. So with those 4 ingredients, and I'm thinking about adding, yarrow and maybe horehound to it at some point. But with what we got in there now, this is very effective, to the point where one of the brothers here in Straightway, Florida, he moved in a new house, and he said, "Man, every time I go in that house, my nose clogs up." And he was like, I don't know what it is. And as soon as I get out, I get in my car, it like it clears up. And I was like, well, you need something for the respiratory system to get it cleansing and get it to stimulate and everything. So I gave him an antiviral respiratory defense tincture. And he said as soon as he took it, his nose started cleaning up. There's plenty of there's plenty of what do you call it, testimonials about the antiviral respiratory defense tincture. It's been tried and tested, and it works. Now there's been some people who this thing got on them, and it was sitting on them for a while. So it took a couple days to turn them around and get them going in the right direction. But it works, and it's not super strong. Um, what I am working on is a headbanger. I'm working on a headbanger tincture that, I mean, it's gonna smash. But I'm when I do make it, I'm kind of up in the air about giving this to the general public or the people, to just anybody, because what I'm gonna put in this one is gonna be very powerful, and it's gonna stimulate the lymphatic system and other systems on a high level. Where I'll tell you a story with the antiviral tincture. There was somebody who bought this, and but they were living an unhealthy lifestyle. They were smoking cigarettes, they drank alcohol, took medication, just really not living a healthy lifestyle. And they took this, and their tongue swelled up, and their heart rate increased, and because their body immediately went into a detoxification state, and they had to go to the hospital. But I had no idea that that person was this was being sent to them, you know. And they took it. They didn't take it in the recommended doses. They took it in a higher dose. Because I tell people, when you get this, take a tablespoon of it. You know, don't don't take like a take. Or I'm sorry, when you get this, I said take a teaspoon of it, maybe a day. Take a teaspoon a day. If you have COVID, maybe 3 teaspoons a day. But this person was taking a tablespoon like every 2 hours or something. And this stuff is no joke. And you will find that out quick. You know, messing with it. There was another individual who, you know, they hadn't detoxed and everything. They took a teaspoon of this. They said they walked downstairs and whoo, took a dump all over themselves. Like their whole bottom fell out. Because immediately, like if you haven't cleansed and your body's full of toxins and you take something like this, your body is immediately going to dump everything because it triggers it to go into a cleansing mode. And yeah, they told me, they said, man, I know what you selling is the truth because, and they told me the story. I was like, dang. Now we like here in Straightway, Florida, we do a lot of cleansing here. I've done a 3-day grape fast. My regular diet is something small in the morning for breakfast. Like I'll drink some of a little bit of smoothie. Maybe I'll drink a smoothie and I have some fruit for breakfast and lunch. And I don't eat a meal till I come home for dinner. And that's my meal. On the weekends is whatever, you know, we eat. But I'm always cleansing. I don't just take this. I got a full body cleanser that we're getting ready to put out here in about a week. But I got a full body cleanser that I take. And so that's how we do. So like this stuff don't really affect me like that. But if you haven't used something like that or some of these herbs, you got to be careful. And what it really is that cleavers and that Paul Diarco and even mullein have affect the lymphatic system and everything like that. So yeah, man, I got some stories about this stuff. It's the truth. Okay. So let's get into some of the questions. Let's see what y'all put here. Hey, I'm gonna rotate this around so y'all don't see my thumb here. So give me a sec. All right, there we go. All right, let's see what y'all are asking. How can I use herbs to reduce blood pressure? Okay, I was just talking to somebody about this today. High blood pressure, outside of if you're stressed out, but it's all going to tie back in. All this stuff ties right back to the lymphatic system. High blood pressure is a backed up lymphatic system. That's the short way, and it means that your kidneys aren't filtering like they need to. So if you are stressed out, or if you chronically stress yourself out, what do I mean? Anytime you put your body in a fight or flight mode, when your body goes in the fight or flight mode, it shuts off any systems that it doesn't need to fight or to run. Okay. And one of the systems it will shut off is your lymphatic system, your kidney filtration system, your drainage system. It will shut all that off so that it can conserve energy for you to be able to fight or to flight or run. Okay. So it's going to shut that whole system off. And what happens when we stay in a chronic fight or flight mode. So when we're constantly stressed out, your kidneys and your adrenals are constantly shut off and not working correctly. And it will back up, and it will cause. So if your lymphatic system isn't draining, remember the analogy I told you about your house. What happens when that sink's backed up? You turn the water on, now the water's filling up, and it backs up, and it causes high blood pressure. And I know herbal experts. I know they're like, nah, Mike, you left out this, that, and other. This. I'm just keeping it basic, y'all. Keeping it basic. So the long or the short of it is you need to bring your kidneys and adrenals back up. You need to bring, and then you need to get that lymphatic system flowing and moving. You need to get that sewage system flowing and moving. So open the drain valve, that's opening the kidney and adrenal system to get it filtrating and draining. Urination, that's draining, okay? And then get that lymphatic system flowing and moving so that you can get, and your blood pressure will begin to come down. Once again, yeah, the antiviral respiratory defense will do that. It will get your it'll get your system. It'll bring your blood pressure down a little. But if you really want to bring it down, you need to, number one, get off inflammatory foods, and when I say get off, not eat them in such large quantities. What are inflammatory foods? The foods that cause the most inflammation, and I'll get into what inflammation is, okay? The foods that cause most inflammation are going to be your grains, okay? And they're going to be your sugars. And the grains turn into sugars, okay? How do they cause inflammation? Well, what is inflammation? Inflammation is your body's immune system response, just like if the way what I explained earlier, where when you get a virus, the way your immune system responds to it and encapsulates it and secretes mucus to get it, it does the same thing when you got too much sugar in your system, or when you got some of these grains. It has a similar response to that. So if you're constantly eating them, number one, you're going to put on a whole bunch of weight. And then number two, you're going to begin to have high blood pressure. Well, prove it, Mike. You show me somebody with high blood pressure that's overweight, and I'm going to show you somebody that eats a lot of pasta, cereal, bread, sugary drinks. When I say sugary drinks, I'm not just talking about soda. I'm talking about that orange juice you buy in the containers at the store is worse than sodas. That the apple juice you buy at the store that you think is so healthy is worse than soda. It got a bunch of added sugar. It's horrible. It's making you overweight. You just go look. But you show me somebody that's overweight but high blood pressure, I will show you somebody that eats that as their main diet. Like every meal they eat got pasta, bread, cereal, you name it, some type of grain. They're just eating it in overabundance, like in the proportions they're eating it in is too much. I'm not saying don't eat it at all. I'm saying cut it back and eat more fruit. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what causes high blood pressure. Now, what I was talking about earlier, I'm working. Corey is working hard on it. I already gave it a formula because I was working on that formula for a while, and I was testing it also. And but we're getting ready to put out the first. It's just a full body all around cleanser tincture, okay? And we're getting ready to put that out maybe this week coming up or something like that, sometime soon. And what that does, it's a kidney adrenal tincture. And it has a bunch of herbs in it that target the kidneys and the adrenals. They get them open and they get them functioning. And that right there is going to bring your blood pressure down because it's going to begin get the kidneys filtrating and the adrenals up and going. And then soon after that, we're going to have a blood lymphatic tincture that we're going to put out. And that will begin getting your lymphatic system flowing and moving and draining and all that. And then after that, we're going to put out an endocrine system, glandular formula that get all your glands going and all that stuff like that. And we're also going to have a digestive system cleanser. It's going to be a powder. And once again, that's going to, because that's a big area that has to be detoxified and cleansed out, so we're going to have all that out soon. But the primary thing is making sure you're filtrating, your kidneys are filtrating. There's a way to check that. You just, when you first urinate in the morning, urinate in a clear cup and hold it up to the light. And like for the longest, I wasn't filtrating at all. I would urinate in a clear jar, hold up to the light, and it looked like apple juice. You didn't see anything in there. Now, when I urinate in it, you see mucus floating around. You see these little particles, like thousands of them in there, the sediment and all little pieces, all types of stuff coming out of my system, detoxifying, cleansing. You know what I'm saying? So it works. But yeah, that is how you can use herbs to reduce blood pressure. There are herbs that will directly bring down blood pressure, but again, with herbalism, I'm not trying. There's a lot of different, I guess the word would be modalities of herbalism. It's like you can use herbs in a way to treat symptoms. There's a lot of different ways you can use herbs, okay? But if you really want to fix it for good and truly repair stuff, you got to cleanse out the lymphatic system, and that's going to fix everything, okay? But let's see, okay, let's see what other questions we have. Somebody said, how can a spiritual disease be healed by physical medicine? If you are healed, it makes yours a normal sickness and not a real spiritual human punishment disease attacking people. How can a spiritual disease be healed by physical? It can't. Spiritual disease, man. We see people with, like for instance, you could get somebody with high blood pressure, and that high blood pressure is caused by stress. And why are they stressing? Because their spirit ain't right. And by giving them deliverance, you can heal that. Or you can heal, like the Most High heal. By praying. So you can heal physical diseases spiritually. So we definitely know that. But like I said, in what we got going on now was going around, we see people coming down with it, and we've been healing it with the Most High's medicine that He made out of the earth, the herbs. Okay, so hopefully I answered that. All right, let's see. All right, drinking. Somebody said drinking abundant water is the precursor to any herbal medicine. Yeah, but that better than drinking water is eating fruit. that has water in it, like watermelon, oranges, grapes, and stuff like that. Because now you're not getting water that was filtered out by insert your water company, Zephyr Hills or Brita or something like that, or or worse, by your local municipality with chemicals. You're not getting water that was filtered that way. You're getting water from fruit that was filtered through the root system of the plant and truly purified. Yah's way. You're getting water that Yah filtered, not man. And that at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to do, man. You ain't trying to um you ain't trying to go out here and you know um be reliant on man. They want you to. They want you to think. But yeah. Okay, let's see what else y'all got. All right, let's see. Uh, Somebody say, yeah, our mucus is like that Ghostbuster goo, gluing that ghost into the box. Yeah, it's that's basically what it's like. Somebody said, do you spell cleavers like this? Because I need to find the Dutch translation for this. Yeah, it's spelled like that. And what you want to do is just look up the Latin word for it so you can find it in Dutch. You know what I'm saying? All right. No, you mean clover instead of cleaver. No, not cloves, not clover. Cleavers. It's cleavers. Yep. All right. Where is the link to your website, please? In order for me to check out that potion. It's householdherbs.com. Pretty straightforward. And Koya is working on some labels. One of the saints here blessed us with a label printer. A brother really wanted to be asset and help out, so as we did. But yeah, brother. All right, all right. Appreciate that, Monkey Bastard. Yeah, I've been studying this stuff. I'm trying to get myself cleansed out. So hey, I might well help Israel out in the process. All right. All right. Shalom, Brother Sheldon. All right. Deborah. Okay. She was talking to somebody else. So somebody said, what can a woman do if she has COVID? Same thing a man would do. Like I said, if you have COVID right now and like you don't have this tincture or any of the herbs, what you need to do is um, cut back on how much food you're eating. Ideally, go on a all grape fast, go on a grape fast or a watermelon fast. Or right now, grapes are in season, so that's why I'm saying telling everybody go on a grape fast. Um, and Because like your body knows what it needs. This is why when you get sick, your appetite goes away because your body knows it doesn't need to be eating a bunch of food because that's going to use all of its energy up to digest the food. So that's why when you get sick, your body already knows, hey, stop eating, you know. Um, and yeah, and like I said, grapes and lemon water, and that's going to significantly help things out. That right there, you know. So yeah. Somebody said, can pregnant women take antiviral respiratory defense? No, no, no. And I tell pregnant women don't take any of our herbs because they are astringent. They so anything in your body, it will cause it to come out, including babies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, not for pregnant women. If you prego, say no to the tincture. Yeah, nah, don't, nope. It's like, nah, man. If you pregnant, be careful taking any type of herbs. Um, there is with that one herb, red raspberry, raspberry leaf, and it, red clover. Look, they be like, yeah, it strengthens your womb and it strengthens your reproductive stuff and all that. And you can strengthen the womb so much that the baby will come be delivered. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, especially like, yeah. And let me say this too. Koya is an expert in that department when it comes to the prego herbs and all that stuff like that. That is not my department. You know, but what I tell you, you come asking me, I'm gonna say don't take herbs if you prego. Now, Koya knows the herbs to take to get prego and to to help out with all that. But of course, I'm not studied in all that. You know what I'm saying? All right, good question. How long should you detox before you take any tinctures? I tell well, I tell people go on a grape fast. Um, if you're new to grape fast or mono diet, it's called a mono diet, mono fruit fast. If you're new to that, like I did a 3-day grape fast. That's the longest grape fast I've done. People have done grape fast for 90 days. You know what I'm saying? And everything in between. But, you know, yeah, I say, you know, go on a, because what you want to do if you're gonna be doing these herbs, what you want to do is you want to get your diet lined up, and my recommended diet is like you want to try to change your diet to like I would say, and I'm just trying to work with people because I know this ain't easy. Um, but ideally, you want to go on a high fruit diet. You eat your regular food, but in smaller proportions, and you eat more fruit because the fruits, and I'll have to do a show on that on like categorizing the fruits because you have fruits that will build and not detoxify. So like avocados, bananas, stuff like that, they'll more build you up. But you have highly cleansing fruits like grapes and watermelon and oranges and stuff like that that will cleanse. So, you want to get your diet going in the right direction, and you don't want to be eating 3 burdensome meals a day where you're eating like for breakfast. I have eggs, toast, um, grits, and this big breakfast, and then for lunch I have a big sub sandwich, and then for dinner I have spaghetti with bread and this, that, and other. Like if you eat like that, you're gonna be obese with the way they're making this food now. Because the stuff they're making really ain't food. A lot of that stuff is just woof. What these companies do, a corporation. If you study business, I used to do a lot of investing, so I studied business, and a corporation is designed to be profitable. So, like for instance, when DiGiorno pizza first came out, it was this big, huge pizza, and it tastes one way. But what they do is constantly seek to make more profit. So what they'll do is change ingredients to make it the same but cheaper. So they're constantly tweaking stuff, and guess what they don't care about? You. So yeah, so what you got to do is begin to get educated on your diet and how you're eating, and that's something I'll be working on. I'll do a show on that here soon on what I eat. I really, I'm gonna have to have Koya here so she could, cause I eat what she cooks, And down here in Straightway, Florida, we eat a mostly vegan diet down here, and we have other options, but mostly vegan. And our people, the majority of the brothers and sisters in this house, in this communal home, are in pretty good shape. Okay. All right. Let's see. But she said, how long should you detox for before you take any tincture? Um, you know, Ideally, go. I say be on a fruit fast, on a mono fast for like 2 weeks. Like that's what I would tell people to do. But I know everybody can't do that. So what I tell people to go on a high fruit diet. Begin to, like I told one person who wasn't used to this, I told them, hey, eat a whole bunch of fruit, like grapes or something, before you eat your dinner or before you eat whatever meal that is, because some people got to work into this. They can't just switch over to what I'm doing, you know. And my end goal is to eventually go to like, you know, certain days, just go all fruit, 3 days on, 2 days off or something, you know. Um, but yeah, so the more you could do, the better. Because then when you take the herbs, they're gonna really clean hard. So yeah, if you're eating an unhealthy diet and you're taking this tincture, the first thing that's gonna happen as soon as you take some, you're gonna have to take a dump within about a minute or so after taking. You know, like me when I take it, and I take this stuff in large quantities. Okay, like and it just keeps me filtrated. But you give it to someone else in a large quantity, and they bottom gonna fall out. All right. All right. So yeah, I hope that if I didn't answer that, just re-ask the question so I could elaborate and answer it more direct. I hope I answered it. Oh, that is interesting to picture the water and fruits as the in. Okay. Yep. Yeah, that's highly filtered water. Um. All right. Let's see. Oh, you said I have. Oh, you said I had it about 4 months ago in combo with bronchitis. Well, itis, you it was all the same. You said bronchitis. They'll say, oh, because they like now they're saying in Israel they got what are they calling that? Cold flu or something, where it's the Rona and the flu or something. But it's all inflammation, it's an infection. If that infection is in your bronchial, in your throat, they call it bronchitis. If that infection is in your lungs, they're gonna call it uh, pneumonia. Okay, so it's all, but it's same. It's just the infection. But she said in combo with bronchitis, and now I am losing my hair by the strings called Talagen. What? It says any not meds that for that except for rosemary water, aloe vera. Once again, you need to cleanse. You need to change your diet and you need to cleanse. Now, uh, yeah, you need to change your diet and you need to cleanse. Okay. Um, you need to go on a more fruit-based diet, and you be a prime candidate for the full body cleanse that we're gonna be coming out with. But even if you just stay on the fruits, you will see that begin to reverse because that goes back to diet. Um, and Deborah, I think you're over there in Europe. Like they're believing that the grains in Europe don't cause the same issues that the grains over here in America cause, but it's still a backed up lymphatic system and stuff like that. So yeah. All right. Argan oil. I am talking for internal use, please. And no, I am not. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Somebody said take lots of natural fruits, eat less flesh, and drink ginger with turmeric and lemon. Also, cut up 3 to 4 onions with ginger cloves and put on the fire on low, hot, let boil. See the thing with the onions and garlic and stuff is they have a lot of what's that called? Begins with an S, I think. Sulfur. They have a lot of sulfur in it. And like I said, when you come down with this thing, with this virus, that stuff doesn't work. That's with the stuff we're talking about, and you need to just look it up yourself. Is very powerful. Cleavers, Paul Diarco, like these are powerful herbs, literally designed for viruses. Same thing. Elecampane and mullein are powerful herbs for the respiratory system. Uh, Mullein and elecampane can reverse COPD and major respiratory issues. We had a brother here, he had post-nasal drippage. He's constantly sniffing, making these weird sounds because there's mucus dripping in the back of his, respiratory system, back up in there in his nose, esophagus, whatever. I gave him a bottle of a small bottle, I think it's a 4-ounce bottle of mullein and elecampane, and he took it for about 3 or 4 days. Gone, bye, gone, knocked it out of there. So these are powerful herbs. I know I've heard a lot of these and done a lot of um, uh, turmeric and ginger and stuff like that. And then of course, you activate the turmeric with pepper. You put pepper in it, and you activate it. But what we're talking about high level herbs that they don't put out there in the public too much because they know how powerful they are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, um, all right. So let's see. Thank you. It is? Wow. So the bird flu is in Israel now? Wow. I'm telling you, the plagues, pestilence. Most High said, behold, I send pestilence or plagues upon the world. You see it. All right. That said, I am vegetarian and I do eat fruits. In my case, it is stress. Ah, there it is. So what you have going on is your adrenals are shut down. Your adrenal glands are shut down. So if you don't have high blood pressure, you probably want to take some licorice root. And like I said, whenever our uh, uh, kidney adrenal formula comes out, you get that because it will get them online. And it will be evident. You'll know that your adrenals are online because you'll be filtrated. And you can test that now. You remember what I told you earlier, what I said earlier about how to test with urinate into what do you call it? Into a jar or something. Okay, let's see. I couldn't find in the Netherlands as uh, I couldn't find in the Netherlands as con- conifers, but the other two I haven't found the translation for it yet. Yeah, what you got to do is just search Google for mullein and elecampane, and it'll always have the Latin name that is, that's international, and then look it up by that. Okay, or just move to America. All right. So let's see. That remedy helped several members of my family and friends, and it works. That fact from personal experience. Okay, awesome. So they're saying the one with the orange peels and all that stuff. I don't have high blood pressure, but my vitamin D was low. But there it is. So that's it too. And vitamin D, you get that naturally from being in the sun. That's the best way to get it, just going out in the sun. Um, that's how you could be depleted, not being outside enough in the sun. So yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah. Mikael Gabar. Shalom, man. Shot-Town Gladiator. Shalom to you. Good to see you in there. So yeah, y'all. So anyway, that is what I have now. Like I said, I'm gonna show you what that was the remedy that Tyrone. Now, once again, the reason for why the tincture then, why am I saying that tincture might be an option is because with this, what we do with this is this how I take it. I just take a little, pour a little in my water and drink it. Done. Um, I what I did because I was watching the news and I saw how much I saw how this we have people who work in the medical field, a couple people here, and I check in with them periodically when I'm hearing stuff about this virus, and they said, yeah, they are seeing a surge, and they're saying it's spreading around here a lot. So what I did, I put everybody um, in our home assembly here in this house on maintenance doses of the tincture. I tell them, hey, just each morning when you wake up, pour a little bit in there, about a teaspoon worth or whatever, and drink it. So we're on maintenance doses. So we won't come down with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, if you come down with it, you up your dosage. So that's how we do it here. It's good. It's good for when you're out traveling, you're on the road or something like that. You can't always do you know boil stuff and do all this different stuff. This is when you're on the go. You just pop it in a bottle of water and keep it moving. Or if you that dude, because this has alcohol in it, you go, you know. So yeah. So she said, thanks. No sun at the moment. Wintertime in the Netherlands. Hailstones today. All right. So yeah, so you might have to just take a vitamin D supplement. So yeah, or move to Florida. It's sunny. No, I'm playing. So yeah, but anyway, y'all, that's what I got. I wanted to put that out there, just to let people know, man, there's options out there with this virus thing, and even if you don't have any of this stuff, like I said, just go on grapes. Eat a bunch of grapes, and and those grapes, you'll see, man, them things will get you. You'll be urinating, and it'll get you cleansing. It will. So anyway, y'all, with that said, appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm gonna wrap this up. Want to say Shabbat Shalom to you because we get ready to go into Shabbat rest. It's Friday afternoon here, so excuse me, I'm getting ready to get into Shabbat mode. And appreciate all y'all tuning in. And Shalom, Shalom.